stop right now and text the Zoom ID of 205-929-1000 to everybody you know on campus, because we don't want anybody to miss this message and this conversation with the president. So now I'm going to ask for some music to be queued up because we are looking forward to getting ready to hear from our president, who is going to come and speak to us in just a moment. And I would love to introduce to all of you right now our 15th president of Miles College and our first female president of Miles College, President Bobby Knight.
Thank you, Dr. Agee. So good morning, freshman class. Let me start by saying this is no ordinary year and you are not ordinary people. It takes a certain level of discipline and composure to start college amid a global pandemic and racial unrest in the United States. I am honored and proud that you selected Miles College to help you succeed on this journey. Your collective and respective acumen deserve a round of applause. Thank you so much. In honor of Freshman Week, I want to address you directly, not only as the president of the college, but as your biggest supporter that truly wants to see you succeed. This goes for every student on this call, including our upperclassmen. Now, I'm not alone in my adoration. Here to support you, as well as our cabinet, members, faculty, and staff. So I'd like to touch on a few items during our time together. Many of you are asking how you can appeal your grades. Some of you have asked about pre-registration, and I would be remiss if I didn't address the presidential election. Then we're going to chat with freshman class president, Mr. Kevin Keys III. Hopefully, we will have time to take a few questions from you. We only have an hour, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, let's start with the appeal from student leaders that we address grades. We know that this is a particularly difficult time for students, and we know that's especially true for freshmen. We understand that you are the only generation in modern history to start your freshman year during a global pandemic. We also understand this pandemic is taking a toll on you in several ways. In fact, in a sample survey of our student population, we learned that 42% of our students are having difficulty sleeping. 23% are experiencing restlessness. 8% are taking more naps than usual. And 26.9% are dealing with a large range of emotions. So to help you, the Miles College Health and Wellness Center in Bell Hall is now open. There you can connect to licensed health service providers, including a doctor, a nurse practitioner, and a mental health counselor. Please don't be afraid to ask and seek the help you need. Considering your grades, let's talk about grades. We have looked at several options, including the pass or fail option. The common denominator we found in our analysis is this: there is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Some options may provide a student with short-term relief, but might not allow them the opportunity to move forward academically if they choose to go to graduate school, to medical school, or other postgraduate programs. Additionally, students on scholarship and those that wish to attract scholarship dollars must have a certain GPA. So to directly address your concerns, Provost Dr. Agee is developing a student success task force. Members of the task force will work with each student and their request to support your needs. At Miles, we don't want to see any student fail, and we certainly will not leave any bear behind. So, did you know that you are now connected to making history? Miles College experienced a significant increase in new student enrollment for the 2020-2021 academic years. Enrollment numbers show an increase of 40% in the number of Miles College students attending college for the first time. As a result of the college welcoming its largest freshman class in the last 5 years, the college experienced a very modest enrollment growth, thus reversing a 5-year enrollment decline in the middle of a pandemic. Congratulations to you on making history, and thank you for choosing Miles College. With more students enrolled, that makes pre-registration even more important. So if you have questions, any questions at all about pre-registration, please contact your academic advisor. Speaking of making history, in March, we welcomed former Democratic presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris to campus to kick off Women's History Month. Senator Harris arrived to roaring applause. Our conversation included discussions about women's empowerment, leadership, and her possible future as then Vice President Biden's running mate. And now, less than 8 months later, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, an HBCU graduate, and President-elect Joe Biden are going to the White House. It is very important to note that in this presidential election, a number of our students voted for the very first time. Many of our students also served as poll workers and were diligent in their efforts to register new voters. I am so very proud of each student building upon this rich legacy at Miles College. As you are our greatest ambassadors, please share with your friends that we have decided to temporarily remove standardized test scores as a qualifying scholarship requirement for the 2021-2022 admissions cycle. And due to the challenges of navigating the admissions process in a pandemic, Miles College is adjusting its scholarship requirements for the 2021 academic school year. Applicants will still be required to submit an official high school transcript and complete the admissions application to be considered for admission to the college. This temporary adjustment for scholarship consideration will be available to prospective students applying for admission for the 2021 spring and fall semester. Again, I want to thank you for being the heart and soul of Miles College, currently as a matriculating student and in the future as an active member of the Alumni Association. Okay, now I'm going to bring someone that's near and dear to your hearts, and it's your freshman class president, Mr. Kevin Keys III. President Keys, please join me.
To President Knight, the freshman class, everyone at home, upperclassmen, I would like to say thank you for being here. I'm going to start with our first question.
Okay.
With racial tension being at an all-time high in America, what is Miles College doing in effort to combat the systemic racism that is affecting the majority of the student body?
So thank you, President Keys, for that question. I don't know how many of you know that back at the beginning of the pandemic, I actually wrote an op-ed for a newsletter, a national newsletter, and talked about the rich history of Miles College. And the title of that article is This We Believe. That I asked for permission to use that title because in the early 1960s, the SGA president, Reverend Frank Dukes, actually penned a manifesto entitled This We Believe. And the uncanny thing, Mr. Keys, is that the same things he espoused in the early 60s are prevalent in today's society. That's disturbing. It's very disturbing. So one of the things we've done in response to this is we are building on that rich history that was established in the early 60s. And we have our board of directors, actually our board chair, Bishop Teresa Jefferson Snorton, agreed that we could start at Miles College, the Miles College Center for Economic and Social Justice. That center hopefully will address a lot of the needs, not just of our students, but also of society, in particular in the Birmingham area. The other thing of note is you guys, the SGA, decided that you wanted to have a Black Lives Matter mural on the campus. And if I'm not mistaken, we were the first college in the United States to have a Black Lives Matter mural. That was important to you, but it was also important to me because I wanted to assure you, all of you students, that we care about our students, particularly those that are dealing with all of these issues that are facing them right now.
Thank you, President Knight. Wi-Fi has been a concern for students all over the campus. How can we ensure that this will not be an issue for the upcoming semester?
So thank you for that question. Yes, and let me just say, I want to apologize to you now. This has not been an issue just at Miles College, but every college and university across the United States has dealt with having issues with their Wi-Fi or technology issues because no one really knew what the impact of total online for fall semester would be on students. Well, what we've done is we've implemented a lot of changes on the campus. All of our labs and the library are receiving new computers for student use. The new wireless installation has been completed in Snorton Hall, Stewart Reddick, Bell Hall, Ramsey Hall, and Norton Hall and the French Center. We will rewire by mid-December of 2020, Bass Hall, Pitts, Murchison, I think that's it. And this project involves the completion of an entire wireless campus by the end of December 2020. So when you come back in the spring, and I hope you all are coming back, you will have much better Wi-Fi service. Now, they told me this, but I'm not exactly sure I know what this means, but we're getting 10 gigs of internet pipe for faster wireless speed. So who knows what that means, but it's gonna help us.
On August 25th of 2020, the male dormitory Murchison Hall caught on fire. Can we look forward to that opening back up in the spring?
Thank you for that question too. Of course, that was a traumatic time in our school's history, and that building will be ready for January for the spring semester. Whether it's occupied or not depends on you guys, because I need you to come back so that we can make sure we have enough students to fill that dorm.
Speaking of the spring semester, what does the spring semester look like?
So that's a very good question too. We're planning to come back. We're planning to have you back in January. We have asked for our date to be pushed out to January 18th. We have not received approval from the Board of Trustees yet, but that's on the table right now. But we fully plan to be online or hybrid and in class and online, just like we are this semester. Hopefully, with the new administration and their plans for the pandemic, it will be a lot different than it was this past semester, hopefully.
In your opening, you spoke about the grading, and I would like for you to elaborate more on the committee.
Okay, so that is a question for Dr. Agee, the provost, and so I'm going to ask her to come back and talk about that because I know that's on the top of a lot of students' minds, right?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, I can do it from the Zoom right here.
Okay, great.
Let's see.
I need to stay on mute.
She's coming.
Okay. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Hope you can see me okay. Let's see, I got an echo, so should I try it without mute? Leave it, okay. One of the things that we're looking at doing that we're going to implement is a student success strategy group. And this group of people that I'm asking Dr. Emmanuel Chekwa to chair and Ms. Mikhail Jones to co-chair will include high-level faculty, and in Dr. Chekwa's case, a former dean, who will work directly with students to make sure if there is any student that wants to complete their work or needs additional assistance, they will be provided that at the highest level. So what does that mean? If you want to work with us, we want to work with you to ensure that you cannot fail. But what's most important right now is that we do maintain the integrity of our academic instruction, which means that we can't just waive classes or waive grades or not count things. And as the president mentioned before, the pass-fail option was considered, but as we look at the pass-fail options, it doesn't help any students that's on scholarship, and it doesn't help any students who want to be on scholarship. So put your name in the chat if you're interested in being eligible for a scholarship now or in the future. We don't want to block any options in the future because we're looking at a temporary situation. We all know that COVID is something that happened to us. It's not something that any of us wanted, but we're all dealing with it and adjusting to it. So no matter how far behind you are, whether you are a freshman or a sophomore or a junior or a senior, we will work with you to help you to complete this semester. One of our saving graces that we have built into the semester is that we leave campus academically right before Thanksgiving break, but we don't come back until January. So if you're in a situation and you feel like you have a class and you're really, really behind in that class, we will be able to work with you on that class, even if it means taking some time over that holiday break to go ahead and clean up any classwork that you still need to get done, which means we can extend some of the coursework if you're needing that. Additionally, we're going to be looking at things like high stakes exams, like all or nothing final exams, all or nothing midterm exams. How can we make sure that you are learning the things that you need to learn without making the final exam such a high jeopardy type of situation for our students? We want the work and the academic instruction to be challenging, but we don't want the work that we have to do to be difficult. We're not trying to make people jump through hoops. We're not trying to make students do busy work. I've heard that a lot. But if it's busy work that our instructors have assigned work to be done, please know those are all related to competencies we need you to learn. Our other saving grace is, as much as we're trying to get all of the education that we can into this fall semester, when you return, and we're looking at close to 200 people that are on this call right now, when you return in the spring, if you were involved in a lab and you're like, well, I did do a lab online, but I wish I could get a little bit more lab experience because I'm going to medical school, we'll be doing lab refreshers next semester. If you're interested in skill building, we'll be doing that over the break, and we'll actually be doing that next semester. So what we want us to look at is not just this semester as all or nothing. We're in this for the long game, and especially for students who are going to be returning in the spring semester, we want things to build on what it is that you're learning this semester. So just like the president said, we're going to make sure that we have no bear left behind. If you're willing to get started, if you're willing to get going, no matter how far behind you are, we will work with you on that. Each one of the divisions will have a high-level faculty member who will be assigned to help you. And let me see if I have a student in the chat that knows. Have you reached out to my office? Have you got in touch with Missy McFadden or LaShonda Alexander? And were your problems resolved by the end of the day? If that's your truth, that somebody has helped you in the provost's office or in academic affairs, put that in the chat that that's your truth, so that the other students will know that we're here to help you and we're going to help you. So you said talk about Pell Grants. What do you want me to say?
Checks received, more checks coming.
Okay, all right. So, I might, do I want to pass that off to you, President Knight, to talk about what we've done to assist students, because we know that it's been a hard time for those students. So we have Ms. Diana Knighton on the call. She is our COO of the campus. She was also our CFO of the campus. And we were able to do many things for students this semester to help them with their not only their academics, but their finances as well. And so Ms. Knighton or President Knight, do one of y'all want to talk about what we've done with the students and CARES Act checks?
I'll be glad to. But
Okay, President Knight or President Knight?
So I don't know. Can you hear me? I don't think.
Can you guys hear President Knight? They're saying yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
So as a result of CARES Act funding, we were able to do some things for our students that I think really helped you. Let me back up and step away and talk about the entire CARES Act that was passed by Congress. I want you to know how important your vote is, because Congresswoman Terry Sewell, who was reelected to Congress, and Senator Doug Jones and Senator Kamala Harris were all three very instrumental in getting that CARES Act legislation passed in Washington, DC. So really, no matter what you hear about who takes responsibility for it, just know that those three people I just mentioned were very intricately involved in ensuring that legislation passed the House and the Senate. Now, what did that mean for us? We were able to get funding. We were able to get funding from in a lot of different pools of money. One was student funding. And what that allowed us to do was for back in the spring semester, we were able to give, disperse dollars to our students who were impacted by having to leave the campus and go home. And so they got those checks in sometime during the spring semester. And then this fall, our students that are here enrolled on the campus that are not totally online students were able to receive another round of checks if they met the qualifications set by financial aid. And those checks were dispersed and received, and we were very happy to do that. One of the things that our CFO, Mrs. Knighton, asked that we consider doing was to ensure that we held some of those funds so that we could help our students again during the spring semester. So when you come back for the spring, you will get, if you meet the qualifications, you will get another check, another round of CARES Act funding. Now, what we were able to do with some of the other CARES Act funding, we were able to get a medical facility that I talked about earlier, a health and wellness center. We've been able to upgrade our technology. We've been able to purchase laptops so that any student that needed a laptop could get a laptop. We've also upgraded computers for our faculty and provided laptops for our faculty who needed to teach totally online. So we are very, very grateful for the work of Congresswoman Sewell, Senator Doug Jones, and obviously Senator Kamala Harris.
We have a question in the chat. And the question is, it's from Kenyon Chambers, and he says, with these funds, do we have to pay this money back when we graduate?
No, you do not. You do not have to pay any of that back. It is not a loan. It is not financial aid.
We have another question from Mr. Ida Williams. Have there been any coronavirus cases on campus? And are there cleaning protocols in the classrooms?
So there are cleaning protocols all over this campus. And we have had some coronavirus cases. We have had some positives. And fortunately, we've been able to manage through those. We have isolation rooms. Isolation is not the right word, but what do you call it? Quarantine rooms for students. And of course, we follow all of the protocols set as established by the Jefferson County Health Department. Now, let me just say that our positive cases, and Mr. Sewell's on the call, so he can correct me if I'm wrong here, but we were less than 1% positives on the entire campus, but that, I don't know if that's still true. I haven't seen the latest numbers, but a very, very small percentage of our students and faculty and staff have tested positive, but we have done random testing every week since we've been open. As you know, we required you as a new student to come in with negative test results, and those who did not have those test results were tested when they came to the campus. We are continuing our protocols. We are not going to ease up. And you know what? I'm so glad Ida Williams asked this question, because it reminds me of something. Just last week, I was told that we had a couple of new cases, in student athletes. Now, I can't remember the group, but one of the things that concerned me was, oh my God, are the numbers going up? If they were going to continue to go up, then we would have to shut the campus down. We only have a couple of weeks to go, y'all. So what I want to do is implore you, please continue to wear your mask. Please continue to keep safe distance. We have safe distance here. We're the only two people here that are not wearing a mask because it's difficult to do that when you're talking or making a presentation. But please go ahead and do the right thing so that when you leave here at Thanksgiving, you are healthy when you go home to your families, and we all are healthy, in fact, when we leave and go home for Thanksgiving.
You spoke about Senator Kamala Harris. Can you tell me more about Vice President-elect Kamala Harris?
So, oh yeah. So she was an amazing woman. I think everybody, all of the, especially our students, and you can see some of the students that had an opportunity to meet with her. I believe she was meeting with the AKAs. I believe she was taking a picture with fellow AKAs. I'm not sure, but, oh, SGA. I'm sorry, that's the SGA. But let me just say this about Senator Harris and this election. And I'm actually working on an op-ed about it because I am able to bookend my life based on what's happening right now. So when I was 7 years old, the 4 little girls were killed in the bombing of 16th Street Baptist Church, in the most horrendous crime ever perpetrated on children in this nation. And 57 years later, Kamala Harris is the Vice President-elect of the United States. She's a heartbeat away from the most powerful position in the world, not just the nation, but in the world. She's a Black woman. She's a woman of color, a woman who went to an HBCU, who pledged a sorority, and she knows the issues that people that look like her go through. Now, she does have Asian heritage as well. And so I think she has a very well-rounded view of what America looks like and what America needs. I am really excited about having the opportunity for her to serve in this capacity. And I am praying that everything goes according to plan.
So this proposes a question. The question is, what advice can you give to the male or female that's on this call right now and may feel discouraged about seceding?
About whether she goes into the office or succeeding.
Yes,
in
what advice
general.
can you give?
Okay, I don't want you to be discouraged. So there have been setbacks. You're going to have setbacks all throughout your life. I hate to tell you, but that's just the reality. But you know, the strength and courage to overcome whatever the setback is, whatever the issue is, you've got to find that within yourself. And if you don't have it within yourself, get people to help you. There are so many people out there that can help you, but you've got to persevere. You can't let anything stand in your way. I don't care what it is. If you want to be successful, you can. And I see it in you. I know you're going to be successful, and I know probably one day I'll be voting for you. But anybody, if you can be successful in this country. That's one of the things Miles College and other HBCUs does, is that we provide you this ability, this platform to help you be successful in life.
Speaking of HBCUs, because I know that with this time, HBCUs is the new wave.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say to those students who think that HBCUs may not be the best for them?
It's a personal decision. It is a personal decision. But one thing about an HBCU, and I did not attend an HBCU. I feel like I'm getting that experience right now being at Miles College, but I really wish that I had in hindsight, because what you guys are getting at this institution, I didn't get at a PWI. I didn't get it. I didn't feel, I never met the president at the University of Alabama, never. I never walked across the campus and saw the provost or I never was able to go into the, offices of department chairs or anything like that. We didn't have that. It was so distant. Nobody cared really about me. They did not, we cared about each other, the students, particularly African-American students, because there were so few of us during those days that were there, but we had to look after each other. I didn't feel that the university actually cared about me. And I sense that at this college, I do.
Final question is about the entry plan. Will we have to come down with negative test results and everything as we did in the fall?
Pretty sure. Mr. Sewell is on this call, and I don't know if he wants to add anything to that, but I think it is the safest way to reopen the campus after the holidays, because who knows where we're going to be, who we're going to be around. And yes, that is the answer. The short answer is yes.
Well, I would like to say thank you to your continuous effort to support the entire freshman class,
Thank you.
and I am beyond grateful for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to join you, President Knight.
Okay.
And first of all, I want to thank the freshman class president for the great job that he did. So if you guys could love on him in the chats and say, good job, Mr. Keith. And so we want to make that just blow up with the chat. Good job. It's got to be a lot of pressure. He's been doing a walkthrough with the president and getting to know her better. And so it's a really tough job that he did. And I think he did a great job. So this last part of what we're going to do, we're going to talk some more about, what's going on with campus, but I really do want to hear from the freshmen in the chat. If there's any questions that you have about anything that relates to campus, we want to be able to answer those questions. And so, but I want to ask you a question, President Knight, as someone who, really values your opinion and really looks up to you and the things that you're about. If you had one wish for the students this semester, what would that one wish be for them?
We didn't plan on this question.
No, we
huh?
didn't.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, what would that one wish be? I'm gonna say continued good health.
Mhm.
That's my one wish.
Continue good health. And Mr. Keith asked you a great question before he got up, and that's about testing. So I called Michael Johnson. He's one of the vice presidents here at the campus, just a little bit before this all started. And it just hit me that COVID is gonna be with us in the spring semester. So do you guys remember in March when we went out for a couple weeks and we thought, a couple weeks and then we'll come back? And I remember talking to a friend that works for the federal government. And he said, we're out to July. I couldn't even imagine being out to July, but it looks like COVID is going to be with us in the spring. And so for those students that are here in the fall semester, we're going to do everything that we can to make the spring semester even better.
Mhm.
Every time that I talk to the president, she doesn't say, well, just do the best you can. And that's all right. She goes, no, what's the best that can happen on behalf of the students? So know that we're going to be working on those things when we come back. We will be testing when we come back. There will be testing for a while. That's nationally. We are looking at some different health promotions that we could be involved with to make sure that we are focusing on, like she said, our mental health and our overall health and wellness, and as much as possible, infusing those into what we're doing in the spring semester. And so, so the president's wish for continued health extends to the student. We have a lot of staff and faculty on here, and I'm sure that extends to our entire campus as well.
Mhm.
Looks like we have some questions. All right. These are great questions. Where's Mr. Keith? I think he should be answering these. Keys, I call it Keys. Mr. Keys, does the school provide any options for out-of-state students that can't go home during their break? I just called Vice President Knighton about this yesterday. So, so that's the question. Does the school, and I know that the Dean of Students and the Dean of this over housing is on the call as well. So does the school provide any options for out-of-state students that can't go home during the break?
So can we put a pin in that
Mhm,
and answer this question
Mhm.
and provide that information out to all students,
mhm.
not just the freshman class.
Right.
Once we get a handle on what that
Mhm.
needs to look like.
Okay.
Because I'd really like to know what the specific or individual needs are. We need to know that before we make a decision on what we can do here at the school.
Thank you. So look, one of the other things that we're going to be doing, we're doing better and better about sharing and communicating with our students, faculty, and staff. So in a timely manner, we will have more information about what that means for our students. We also have athletes that have special concerns and considerations. And so your coaches will tell you about that. I had a student that asked me a question about when we were coming back academically. But the matter of the housing, we'll make sure that that goes out. That's a great question. Someone asked, how are the men of Murchison Hall? How are the men of Murchison Hall? So if any of the men from Murchison Hall on this call that want to take yourself off mute, let us know how you're doing. Otherwise, we'll ask Dean Stallworth to answer that. So are you from Murchison?
D'Amico Lewis.
How you doing, sweetheart? What's your name? Any men from Murchison Hall on the call?
I'm in here. My name is
Hey,
Keywan
oh, hey,
Chambers.
Paul, you're always in class. Tell us how you're doing. People want to know how you're doing.
Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Lasagna. We were asking for the men of Murchison Hall to tell
Yes,
us how.
I have one of them in the car with me, and he wanted to share his feelings.
Thank you, Lasagna. Thank you for that. Okay,
No
who's on
problem.
the call?
My name is Bray Duncan.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. How's the rest of the semester going for you after the fire?
Actually, my semester is actually pretty good so far. I really haven't had run into any ups and downs so far.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Thank you so much for that. Paul, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm doing fine since the fire.
Okay.
It was just a hiccup in the road, and I just felt like we should just keep going with the semester.
Mhm. Was
Very
there,
good.
President said, very good. Is there anything that you think helped you to be able to deal with that hiccup? Because it sounds like you're doing all right.
All the stuff that people donated to the college helped out a lot.
That's great to hear. There were a lot of people that came to our aid as a campus when they heard about the fire, and it was just a beautiful thing to see. And many of those people are also on the call because faculty and staff and their churches actually reached out to the campus and dropped off boxes and upon boxes of things. And as a matter of fact, there's still a lot of items, non-perishable food items, clothes, toothpaste, Tic Tacs, snacks in Pitts Hall in the basement. So if any students need anything like that or want anything like that, toilet paper, just go over to Pitts Hall and say, I'd like to get some toiletries, and they'll be happy to supply that for you. So you were pointing to a question you wanted me to ask the president. Now I lost it. Let's see, can somebody scroll? Oh, somebody would have to be in the back for that chat. Hey, Brooke, is there another question that I can answer?
Oh, Dana Woodruff
Oh, yes.
mentioned yoga on the yard.
Oh, I would love to show that. Dana, if you put that flyer in the chat, then Mr. Moody can show that flyer. We have yoga on the yard. Dana, will you come off of mute and tell us about yoga on the yard?
No, it's cute.
Oh, it's so
Let's
cute.
see.
It's showing, we got it.
Good morning. Can you see it?
We can see it.
Okay.
You want to tell us about what that is? Okay, I think you might be on mute or we lost you, so I'll just read it. We're gonna have yoga on the yard as part of Miles College Counseling Center and Woosah Wednesdays. Because like the president talked about the stats and the freshmen, and all of us are feeling it and feeling the pressure of COVID. And so what we really like to do is to be able to woosah. So tomorrow we're gonna have yoga in the CAT Center. And it said the first 10 students to register in the counseling center will receive a free yoga mat. But I told Dana that we would take that and do one better. Any students that want to participate in yoga, you'll get a free yoga mat. We'll take care of that. So please come, and that gives you an opportunity to actually clear your mind, do some meditative exercises, and get moving, because we know that that's also a deterrent to how we can feel sometimes boxed in and depressed. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Can I talk about tomorrow?
President, yes.
So I do want to share, you all know a message will be going out from me later today, but tomorrow is Veterans Day. And, the city of Birmingham actually started the very first Veterans Day parade. I haven't heard anything about a parade this year, probably because of the pandemic. But what I do want you to know is that on tomorrow, we will have somewhat of a ceremony, not a big one, but we will have a little celebration on the campus, on the yard with the
That's right.
Fairfield, is it
The
Fairfield?
Fairfield High School ROTC is going to be on campus with us tomorrow. We're going to have a DJ in the cafeteria tomorrow so that we can recognize our veterans on Veterans Day. And
So this is really important for us, y'all guys. It's important to acknowledge this day. It's personally important to me because my grandfathers on both sides, my father, my brothers, my uncles, all served in the military. And, people have died for our freedom. People died for this country and for our rights and our democracy. And I just want to make sure that we all continue to note how important this day is.
Thank you. And Zandra Jones, she's one of our freshman facilitators, is on the call. And she just said the Birmingham's parade will be virtual tomorrow. So we can send out that link. Zandra, if you can find that link for us and share it in the chat, then we'll be able to share it today and tomorrow. So, and I do recognize that the Birmingham parade is one of the largest parades in the country, I understand. And so it's exciting to be able to be a part of that. Lots of questions are coming in. Dana said her phone died when she shared the flyer. Isn't that just the way, Dana? Come back here, Mr. Keith, so you can do Keys. Okay, so you can answer some of these questions. What do you, ask, what do you guys plan on doing with students who have COVID-19 and can't really do work? So I'll take that question around students and those students that can't really do work. There are students that are on this call right now who, whether it's COVID themselves, whether it's COVID in their families, if we find out about it, we help. I have assigned several staff members, but none more important than Miss Emma Sloan. If you have had anything this semester that you need help with, then you know who she is. No, right? Then you know who she is. She's reached out to you. She's reached out to your family. She sends cards. She checks on you. If you have a professor that doesn't quite understand your circumstance, she will blow my phone up until I make that call to make sure that you have the assistance that you need. If you're in a situation where at any point this semester you weren't able to perform at the level that you needed to, you didn't need to have COVID. Let's say that you had a period where you felt low and depressed. Let's just say it. You don't need a doctor's note. I'm not requiring you to go to the ER for that. Right. Just let us know and we will provide assistance for you. And that's what this Student Success Task Force is about. And not only will we have Emma Sloan's deployed to support you, we will have my highest level of faculty members deployed to support each one of our faculty members. Our faculty members and our students. But I will say the same thing on this call with faculty on this call that I said to the students when we met in the gym. There was 180 of us in the gym. And funny story, I asked LaShonda to get all the freshmen together. And she said, do you want to come talk to them? I thought she had 5 or 10. It was like nearly 200 in the gym. Mr. Ruffin, Coach Ruffin was like, he didn't know if we could come back with that many students. Next time we got to be in the stadium, he said, because we weren't expecting it. And I said to those students at that time, and I'm going to say to everyone, including in front of my boss, if a student is asking for help or support, they will be provided that help or support. If a student is asking for someone to look at their grades or to give it additional consideration, I will respond to each and every individual request of a student when it comes to their grades. So for my faculty that are listening, you know that's the philosophy of where we're coming from. So then you get to be the hero that stands in the gap and expresses that to the student at the time that you have direct impact on them and their lives. So we appreciate that. So many more questions. I'm gonna let you do the rest of the questions with the president. Go ahead. Here's a good one. Are they gonna have a plan for co-eds?
But see, these questions are related to academics.
Oh, really?
My English teacher gives out so much work, like we're not doing virtual class. Then she gives out so much work that she can't grade it all the time.
Okay, all right.
I can't answer that.
Okay, so, all right, so can you guys hear me okay, even if I'm not on the screen?
Yeah.
So if you do feel like, and I've heard that from lots of students, and it's not just at Miles, you guys. It's not just at Miles, it's at UAB, it's at Harvard, it's at Princeton, it's at Stanford. The president and I are in regular contact with other provosts and in her case, other presidents. This is a regular concern. I actually even said to one student that said, hey, my teacher didn't grade my assignment. Was it on time? Yes or no? No. How many assignments did you turn in? Probably turned in 4 or 5 assignments at one time. The teacher in question has several classes and took an overload, which means that they're teaching double the classes that we expect them to teach. And then they have what? Their own children that are home with them that are being homeschooled as well. So grace goes both ways. And however, if you need help with coordinating with your English teacher about what that means for the remainder of your semester, then I want Dr. Chekwa to take Aaron, is it Aaron Frazier? English is, no, Dr. Hayes. Hey, Dr. Hayes. Dr. Hayes is gonna get in touch with you, Ms. Frazier, so that we can look at a remedy, okay? What's Miss Emma Sloan's information? Shelja, if you could call Miss Sloan and ask her what number do we need to put in the chat, and we'll put her information in the chat. Okay, I'll stand here and ask any academics, but you asked that one right there.
So one of the questions is, do you have any plan for co-ed? And I'm assuming co-ed visitation anytime soon.
So we are not doing anything different in the middle of a pandemic. That's my answer right now.
That's a great question. Okay. So President Knight, we learned that E.B. McLean passed away today. That's a former senator in Mylene. So I guess there was a consideration to let us know about that we did have the passing of E.B. McLean, who
we did, and State Senator E.B. McLean was a Mylene and served in the state legislature for many, many years. I knew him very well, actually, and had the opportunity to work with him in my former career. Let me just say that a statement will go out. I'm not sure who's drafting it now.
Marika Coleman.
Senator Marika Coleman is drafting that, State Senator Coleman. She's drafting that to go out from the college so that we will absolutely recognize him as a Mylene, but also for his service to the state of Alabama.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question.
And then maybe tomorrow we'll maybe do a moment of silence when we do the recognition of Veterans Day. So when we're together for that. Lots of great questions coming in. I have a 10-page essay, says Kelton Mitchell, that I need assistance on. Just so happens we have help for you. We just hired a tutor coordinator. Her name is Miss Brandice Berry, and she's in the metacognition lab every day, probably there right now. And be happy to help with you. Her background is mechanical engineering, but she's such a great writer that she helped me write a grant last week, and she'd love to help you with your paper. In addition to, we have English professors already that are here to help you. So Miss Carla Brown, can you put our metacognition lab information in the chat as well?
We lost audio, I believe.
Is it time up?
No. They can see, they can see us because it's in the back. Oh,
You're on.
okay.
So that question about out of.
Yes. So the question was, how do you help out-of-state students with tutoring? Just so happens
We're
that
totally online.
that are totally online. The tutoring coordinator that we hired is well-versed in virtual tutoring and actually provides that now. And that's a great question. And so I'm getting her to come on the call so she can tell you a little bit about her tutoring philosophy and we can introduce you to her. But the number there is in the chat and the Metacognition Lab can help you with that as well. So Jacqueline Gray Miller, we'll make sure that everything they're asking us, we will send out in an email tomorrow with all these information, these numbers. Damian Lewis asked, is that Damian or Domenico? D'Amica? Okay. Can I get help with computer literacy is the question. I'm going to say Miss Berry's name again. So she actually helped our student to set up their laptop. She helps me. She built a laptop from scratch. And then also for faculty that need computer literacy support, Shelja Anand is going to be providing that through our new educational technology support that's going to be over in our office in Ramsey Hall where you can come over and get hands-on support. But Ms. Berry in the Metacognition Lab also can help you with figuring out how to do a PowerPoint, how to, take off blockers off of your computer and many things like that. She's amazing. Yeah.
The Metacognition Lab tutoring.
Okay. So the number for Metacognition Lab tutoring is 205-929-1607. They're open every day in the daytime, but also when we did those study halls during the study halls that we did during midterms, Ms. Berry is also available to do afternoons and also can schedule virtual as well. It's in Pearson Hall, room 207. Yeah.
One last question.
One last question. We're fixing the sound. Let's see. So there's a question of what is a living learning community? A living learning community is something that we're going to start very shortly, and that will be where we'll have a lot of these services and support in the lab, in the dorms. And so you'll be able to get tutoring and support in the dorms. A couple of other initiatives that we're rolling out, President Knight, that I should talk about are we were awarded a TRIO Student Support Services grant. So if you're a first generation college student, there's other eligibility, which includes low income, as well as students who have disabilities who are eligible to be a part of the program to get additional support to help you on your road to graduation. So look out for that. We will also have more information about our new e-gaming. It's going to be an e-gaming club. And so we'll be sending out a link about that as well. We'll be sending out a link about that. It's for y'all, as a question. We'll be sending out a link as well about e-gaming for those of you that are interested in being part of that. And because of the president making sure that we want to make sure that all of our students, when they walk across the stage, they walk into a career and a well-paying job. We are so focused on career development and skill development. So we have three initiatives that we're so excited about. One is we're working with IBM on skill building around AI, which is artificial intelligence, data sciences, and there are many other different areas where you guys can get badges, and this is for faculty and staff and students. You can get badges and certificates that help you to be more eligible for careers when you leave Miles College. Matter of fact, if you're going for a federal agency job, which I hope that most of us are because they're well-paying jobs and have good benefits. So if you're able to do that, if you have some of these skill building certificates, it could be the difference between getting hired as a GS-10 or a GS-11, or I forget how the categories go, but nonetheless, it's more and more money. So IBM Skill Development, look out for information about that, where you'll be able to to learn through IBM skill development, as well as be able to download software that is in the values in the tens of thousands of dollars for each person. So you can get free SPSS, you can play around with Watson. And if you see these commercials, there's an IBM commercial with ESPN about IBM Watson, and it's the engine that fuels fantasy football. So you can play around over Christmas break and learn about that kind of stuff and increase your skills and increase your money later on. And then the other thing is that we were blessed to be awarded as part of the HBCU C2 program, which is the Apple Community Education Initiative. And so in January, we will be rolling that out officially for faculty and students to learn about coding and to learn about many different platforms that have to do with Apple and creating apps where we can, you can learn. One of y'all could be the next billion-dollar app creator and it could come out of Miles. So look out for those as well. So how do we get, how do we get the information for the IBM program? There's an email that goes out every Friday without fail. And the click rate of that email is not that good. The Dean Stallworth has an email that goes out, then Academic Affairs has one that goes out. I think his click rate is better than mine, which is good. It shows up different in the email, like mine, I see his, but on the one we sent out for Academic Affairs, I think it's going to your spam. So every Friday, like around 4 or 5, say, how about I got a message from the provost. Once you get it and open it, it won't go to spam anymore. Or you can make it so it doesn't go to spam anymore. All that to say there'll be a message that comes out Friday, and we send it out more than once so you won't miss it.
But hopefully it's going to be on other platforms like on the website and
President Knight's right. So it will be on our website, and then also we will post it on Blackboard so everyone will see it. Let's see.
She said closing comments.
Closing comments. So before we have our closing comments, we just had our tutor coordinator to get on the line, and that's Ms. Berry. And so Ms. Berry, if you could take yourself off mute and just kind of introduce yourself and talk about 30 seconds about what you have in tutoring and what's available to students.
Hi, my name is Brandice Berry.
Hey.
I'm the new student support services coordinator. I'm in the metacognition lab. Please come see me if you need some help. I can help with everything, with math, with science, with papers. Please come see me. I will come find you if I need to. But I'm here in Pearson Hall in room 207. Please just utilize me, please. I'm here.
Great. Thank you so much.
Let me say one thing about her. Y'all, she is wicked smart.
She is
so
smart.
When she says she can help you with anything, she truly can. So you need to call her.
That's right.
Somebody said she is the truth.
She's awesome. And there are instructors that are using her as well. So she'll have a direct line to your instructors. So if you're struggling with something or you need additional help and she's working with you on it, then you could get to her sometimes and then she could get to your professors on your behalf. People are saying your energy is awesome. This thing is good. You're brilliant. You're the best. Wow. We have to give you some more cookies or I don't know, take you to lunch. Energy. Good job. And then so Brandice, reach out to those people that say they're virtual so that they'll be able to connect with you as well. And what are your hours? If you could, and she's a Delta. Okay, this is great. Welcome to the campus. If you could put your information, she did put her information in the chat, she'll do it again. And then if you see anybody that's virtual, make sure you catch them. So final question for both of the presidents, the president of our college and the president of freshman class. First of all, let me ask you this before I ask you the final question. How's this felt for you to do this? What's it been like?
This is amazing feeling. I'm beyond humbled that I was chosen to be the moderator for this lovely lady. And I would like to say that I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
Okay, great. So that kind of goes along with what's on this paper. To ask both of you, what are your final remarks for today?
So my final remarks are that I said at the top of the hour that I know this has been a difficult semester. Let me tell you, it's not just been difficult for you, it's been difficult for faculty and staff. We have people, students, faculty, and staff who've lost family members to COVID-19. This is something none of us have ever experienced in our lives. But my final thoughts are, don't give up. This too shall pass. Don't give up, stay the course. We're gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, but don't give up. This is your shot. You don't wanna give up your shot.
Thank you, President Knight. Any final remarks from you?
To the freshman class, I would like to say that I am beyond honored to represent you as your freshman class president. To the entire student body, I would like to say that it is a pleasure that y'all allowed me to be on this campus and to soar on this campus. I would like to say, as y'all see, that our support system is like no other. I've never seen an administration that works so hard for the students. And I would like to say thank you to the entire administrative cabinet. And I would say that if y'all don't take advantage of this, somebody else will. So take advantage of the amazing administration that we have.
Thank you, everyone. And so we have an event with the president next week. It is Michael Johnson. Are you on the call? Michael Johnson, are you on the call? We have an event with the president next week, which is going to be our campus address. And we will send out information about that. And that's kind of her State of the Union address for the entire campus. And also you can invite your parents and your friends and family and members of the community, because we'd love to hear about the president's address for our campus. And Marika Coleman put some information in the chat around the great work that our staff did in getting ready for the election. So we want to appreciate Coach Watson, Coach Robinson, Dr. Tharp, Ms. Nunn, Yoruba, and Dean Stallworth for the work that they did with SGA and social behavioral sciences as a result of a grant that we received to provide awareness and get out the vote awareness. Thank you so much, Representative Coleman. Okay, thank you so much. And it's great to see you guys. We did it. Okay, see you next week for the president's address.
I'm gonna need a notebook back.
Okay, good.
Nice day, everyone. It was very informational.
Bye, Dr. Adadabo.
Bye.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Mrs. Williams.
I see y'all later. Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, Miss Williams.
We'll leave it up so y'all can grab the information out of the chat. Hey, Angela, Miss Williams. Hi. Hey, Mikhail. Great meeting. Hey, Miss Darby.
Hey, Dr. AG.
Miss Fagan. Hello, Shelley. Hey, Soror. Michael. There's Michael Johnson. Hey, Michael. Theodis. Hey, Dr. Saswam.
Bye, Miss Clark.
Yeah, it was the 2 4. Hey, Erica, thank you for the Philippians quote.
Favorite.
Hey, great information. Hey, Dr. Anand. Hi. Hey, Miss Sloan. You see that shout out? I got a little touched.
You did.
Thanks, everybody. Students, if you need any help, you can stay on the chat. I think Miss Berry might still be on the chat. Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Gums. Theodis, if you have another question, you could go ahead and put your question in the chat.
Miss Berry, I need to come see you.
Hey, thank you. Oh, water, thank you. Hey, Erica.
I told Miss Berry I need to come see you.
Thanks for getting students on here.
No problem. I told Miss Berry I need to come see her.
Okay.
Mr. Moody, will you use your phone also to get a picture? Thank you. With the background.
Okay. Theodis, if you can hear me, put your information in the chat. Okay, thank you, Yoruba.
Oh.
Maybe we do mask on first and then mask off.
Oh, mask on first.
Yes, please.
We look good, guys.
Looking this way. 1, 2, 3. please. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, you're good. I would not take that little.
Thanks to my intern and DJ. Good job.
Hey. 1, 2, 3. One more, please. 1, 3. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Trey.
Great job.
Gmail.
Thanks, Michael, for the lights. Dang, that was good. And then probably his whole staff was like, they're calling for you.
Sent.
Oh, yes, the student, the artist is asking, how can we get, I'm sorry. He's asking, how can we get events in advance? Tell him a calendar is coming out on Monday. I was just, who was I, not you, the other one, Michael, I was just talking about calendar. And then the thing is, we can do it, it's just gotta get out, so they can see it, you know? Thanks for everything. No, exactly. Yeah, but if it's a calendar, we can get it to Leon too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll be there. Thanks, Ms. Sheriff. Come here, Trey. Come here, intern. Come here, intern, real quick. Will you take a picture of me? Okay, here's my intern and the resident, the house DJ. Over, okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay, stay still. One more. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, stay there. Mr. President, come in this picture, please.
Jacqueline, I mean.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take your picture?
Absolutely. Oh. Gotcha.
And Jackie's my sister's name.
What's your name?
I said Jackie.
You're fine. You got a business? Scoot over.
Scoot this way. Okay.
Come over.
There.
Perfect. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. One more, please. 1, 2, 3. I got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.